Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Awards Night 2022. A few formalities before we start proceedings. Can I ask you to take a moment to make sure your phones are switched off? We're streaming live tonight, and we need all the Wi-Fi strength available to beam us into the homes of Australia, New York, London, West Limerick, North Kerry, Athay, and Tarbert. So if you wouldn't mind just taking a moment, please. You'll note there are emergency doors to my left and right, and in case of emergency, please make your way to the nearest door. Bathroom facilities are available along the corridor through which you entered, and as we are a public building, there is no smoking allowed in the building or in the grounds of the building. It's great to be back live in the gym of Tarbert Comprehensive. Our last two awards nights were virtual events, and it's really wonderful to have you here with us tonight. We would like to extend a warm welcome to you, the parents and family members, Niamh Wall representing the Parents Association, our staff, our sponsors, and of course, as we're streaming live, a special welcome to those of you at home. Welcome to our Leaving Cert students. Tonight is about you, about celebrating your life in the camp. As your time with us is coming to an end, Awards Night is about acknowledging your participation in school life. It is about celebrating your journey from the young teen that entered through the school door in late August, 5 or 6 years ago, to becoming the fine young adults you have become today, and who will leave us after your exams in June. Our special guests tonight are Louise Navarra-Herptig, Caoimhe Walsh and John Mulvihill. Louise is a native Irish speaker and hails from Ballyferriter and is an outstanding Gaelic footballer. She plays her football with her local club, Corkagwina, and is 15 seasons into her senior Kerry career. A career she began as a 16-year-old, and this year she is the vice captain of the Kerry ladies team. Many refer to her as the female Gooch, not because of her colouring, but as a forward, she has 2 All-Stars under her belt, and as a prolific scorer, she is recognised as one of the most dangerous forwards in ladies Gaelic football. Louise, fall the road. Caoimhe Walsh is a native of Tarbert and a past pupil of the camp, graduating in 2018. Caoimhe has just completed her arts degree in UCC and was elected Welfare Officer of the UCC Students' Union in 2021. Over the last year, she was instrumental in raising funds to run a food bank for students struggling to keep up with fees, rent, and living expenses. She has recently been elected as Vice President for the Southern Region of the Union of Students of Ireland. Caoimhe is an outstanding advocate for the right of all to have access to third level. Welcome back, Caoimhe. John Mulvihill, a native of Glen and also a past pupil of the camp, graduating in 2005. John went on to study mechanical engineering in UL and received qualifications in mechanical and biomedical engineering. Today, John is a lecturer in biomedical engineering in the School of Engineering in UL, and much of his work revolves around research into brain injuries and concussion. John was last back with us in the school in November 2019 when he came to officially open our new science labs, and we are delighted to have him again with us tonight. Welcome, John. A little bit about Awards Night. All our nominees this year are Leaving Cert students and are being recognised across 14 different categories. Not all categories will have an outright winner. However, whether winners or not, they should feel proud of their contributions to the school and the recognition being awarded to them. There will be a number of musical interludes as the night goes on, as the senior students, again, all leaving certs, compete for Musician of the Year. And we'll round off the night with the major awards of the evening being announced. And so, to get things started, I will introduce you to our presenters, Miss Siobhan Fitzgerald and Mr. Kevin O'Keefe. Both have presented on this occasion before, and both have come out of retirement as presenters, especially for the Leaving Certs of 2022. Miss Fitzgerald, better known as Curly Fitz, is a teacher of Irish and history for more years than she'd care to admit. She hails from Abbeyfeale and is an avid supporter of the Limerick hurling team. She travels the country to support them. Miss Fitzgerald is a year ahead to the Leaving Certs, and even though some of them have cost her a fortune in hair dye to cover the grey that they have caused, she freely admits that the Leaving Certs are her #1 team. Mr. O'Keefe, better known as O'Keefe, a teacher of history and geography, hails from Athay, a keen sportsman, a supporter of Arsenal. He only this week discovered that his playing days may be at an end. The doctors are telling him they no longer have enough elastoplast to hold him together. The crutches are a result of his latest attempt at pretending to be Thierry Henry. Mr. O'Keefe was in the past also a yearhead to many of this group, and his hairstyle is a testament to that. No. I hope you have an enjoyable evening, and with that, I'll hand you over to our presenters.
Díomh agus bór géal fáilte chuig ihe na gradam feithe sa dó. Good evening all. And our first award this evening is boys basketball. So if the nominees could make their way to the stage, please. Andrew O'Riordan, Killian Holly, Dara O'Shea, Jimmy Scanlon, Sean Thompson and Dara Foley. I would also like at this point to invite Louise on stage, please, to present this award. The 6 boys on stage tonight are nominated for their commitment to boys basketball since first year. 1 or 2 did take a break along the way due to the pressures of study and needing to concentrate on projects and exams. Others, however, attended training every chance they got. Some even attended to escape 2 lunchtimes and stayed after training to help out. I'll let you decide now for yourselves which ones on stage are the scholars of the group and which ones avoided every minute of class possible. Jimmy Scanlon is first up. Step out there, Jimmy, and give them a wave. So Jimmy hails from Listowel and he's on stage tonight for his consistency. He is consistently late every day and even had to be collected on the way to 1 game due to his lateness. Seriously though, Jimmy is a great team player and a talented shooter and has helped us win many a game along the way. Killian, give him a little wave, Killian Holly. Killian also hails from Listowel and is the brains of the team, the quiet one, but when he steps on court, he is hugely competitive. When he is defending, he takes no prisoners and was near to being fouled out on more than 1 occasion. Killian's height and strength make him difficult to beat on the court. Next up is Dara O'Shea. Dara O'Shea and Andrew actually together. Dara and Andrew, give them a little wave there. Yeah, they're the boys. Dara and Andrew hail from Athay, the basketball capital of Ireland. Although we hear Duá is climbing up the ranks too in basketball success. Dara has been a valued player on the team since first year, and his ball-carrying skills and confidence on the ball have been very useful throughout the years. Andrew is an excellent defender, and his fast pace makes him a very difficult opponent. Both players are great shooters and have scored many a three-pointer when it was needed. Dara Foley. There he is. Dara, who is from my van, but considers himself a true Tarbert man. I'm not sure of the details, but maybe it's GAA related and the pride of playing for the parish. Dara is a skilled attacker and often the motivator of the group. He tends to be the one giving orders to everyone throughout training, including the coach and quite often the referee. Sean Thompson. Give a wave there, Sean. Right. Sean is from Tarbert and he is on stage tonight for being an all-rounder and a team player. He has played on more teams than anyone else all year. I'm not sure how he managed to find the time for classes at all, to be honest, with all the teams, the training, the games, and ensuring, of course, that he gets his daily intake of protein. Very important, Sean. Sean even decided 2 weeks ago that he was a serious athlete and tried his best to get a day out again to go to the athletics competition. All jokes aside though, Sean is quite often the one that holds the team together. Whether it's on the rugby pitch or basketball court, he can be heard motivating the rest of the players and pushing them on to their best play. There was a very moving moment this year in the final game in Dingle, when the Leaving Cert players realised it was the end of the season for the team, and they requested to finish out their 6 years with all of them on the court together. A great memory for all the lads, and I'm sure they'll remember it fondly in the future. The overall winner of the Basketball Award for 2022 for his dedication, skill and positive attitude is Andrew O'Riordan. Are you all right? Mm-hmm.
To the senior girls basketball, and I'll call the nominees Nicola Hearn, Leanne Flaherty, Lauren Healy, Megan Large and Orna Wall on stage, please. We're delighted to say that this year's senior girls basketball team consisted of 18 LC2 girls. It is the first time in over 20 years that the entire senior girls basketball team has consisted solely of LC2 students. So well done to each and every one of you for getting involved this year. Consequently, we feel that it is fitting that all 18 girls should be invited up on stage to recognise and applaud their efforts, which we are so proud of. So can the other 13 girls please make their way up on stage as well. Get your on. As you can imagine, with this bunch of talented individuals, it was a hugely difficult decision to select just 5 from the 18. However, each of the 5 nominees here tonight have been actively involved in girls basketball in the comp since first year and have always given 100%. Both Lauren Healy and Orna Wall are athletic players who cover every inch of the court in every match they play and have the signs of it after the game with the healthy red glow which can be seen when the final whistle blows. Both girls are known to be a little shy, and that same red glow is evident when the girls are getting a little embarrassed. And we may be seeing that now as well, apparently. Megan Large. That's true. We'll get to that. Megan Large is very effective under the board and is not shy about making her presence felt on court. She has been known to take the opposition out of it, but only when absolutely necessary, of course. Leanne Flaherty can be relied on to chase down the opposition in order to get those all-important turnovers. If we could just curtail the 3-point attempts, which could end up anywhere, we would be doing well, Leanne. Only joke, and apparently some of them actually do find their way to the basket. Nicola Hearn has proven time and time again that her scoring ability is second to none and averages over 20 points per game. However, it has to be said that the number 15 jersey will never be the same again due to the amount of fake tan that is regularly lashed on prior to games. Miss Delaney is still looking for that magic potion to take the stains out of the jerseys. But it wasn't just Nicole. There are a few more culprits, as evident here tonight. I must say, Nicole is actually my neighbour, and her 18th birthday was on recently. And her mother and father recently bought a couch. I'm not saying that the fake tan was bad, but the girls were not allowed in the room with the new couch. That's all I remember from it. All joking aside, this group have been a great bunch of girls to deal with, and there has been much laughter throughout their time here in the comp, particularly this year when we eventually got back to competitive games. We have struggled to set the court alight at times, but can definitely say that we enjoyed the journey. They're a great bunch of girls and will definitely be missed next year. Just make sure you keep smiling and, of course, playing basketball. Now, the moment they've been waiting for, the Senior Girls Basketball Player of the Year is Nicole Ahern.
I
can take them.
Stand in. Just stand in. You're all in the photo. Kneel down. That's it. Hi. Violin.
Ellie.
Stay on.
And if we could just ask Ellie, if Ellie can Ellie?
Ellie.
If we could just ask Ellie to remain on stage for a second, please.
So this is a surprise award. It's the PE Merit Award. Ellie is a quiet and unassuming individual, and many may be unaware of this, but Ellie has excelled in the world of sailing. She's been actively sailing since she was 8 years old, and at just 15 years of age, she was chosen as a member of the Laser 4.7 Irish team, having completed successfully at national level. Ellie has been very fortunate to travel to various parts of the world to take part in various competitions. And in 2018, she represented Ireland for the first time at the World Sailing Championships in Poland. And just when Ellie was coming into her own, the pandemic hit. However, Ellie was determined not to let this derail her plans, and she continued to put in serious hours of fitness training while at home in order to keep up her fitness, which clearly paid off as she was third overall and top girl in the 4.6 Boat Laser National Championships in 2021. I think that deserves a round of applause. She then competed in the European Laser Radial Youth Championships in Croatia, followed by the Laser Radial World Youth Championships on the picturesque and very windy lake of Lake Garda in Italy, where she put in a stellar performance for Team Ireland last summer. Ellie has been working hard to maintain her fitness throughout her Leaving Cert year and could regularly be seen utilising her time with great efficiency, both before school and at lunchtimes in our fitness suite, as the aim for Ellie is to get back on the water and be competitive in the Under-21 European and World Championships this summer. It should be mentioned that this was done while also paying attention to her studies. Clearly, she could give a few of us lessons on time management. Sailing professionally for Ellie is the dream, and perhaps we will be cheering her on the Olympic Games in the not-too-distant future. We wish Ellie the very best going forward, and we present her with her special PE Merit Award for her fantastic achievements. Now, Ellie has kindly donated one of her Irish jerseys, which will be framed and on display for years to come here in Tarbert Comp. Mahu, Ellie.
Staying again.
Okay, so our next award, Ellie, you're coming back to me again, very sorry, is Senior Girls Badminton, and the nominees are Katie Keane and Ellie Canan. And if I could invite Caoimhe Walsh on stage now, please, to present this award. So the two girls on stage tonight have been involved in badminton since first year and have been fantastic role models for the sport in the school. We all know Katie as a nice, friendly, quiet young lady. However, you would not recognise her on the court. She is fierce, determined, and an aggressive competitor whose shot you would not want to come in the way of. Ellie is an exceptionally committed and hard-working player. She's skillful and she's a dynamic competitor with a powerful reach. She's enthusiastic and always willing to push herself to the limit. Thank you both, girls, for your commitment to the sport during your time here in Tarbert Comp. Your presence will be missed. There is no overall winner in this category, but congrats again to the girls. Masha Vikalini. Ramadov.
Now we'll move on to the senior boys badminton. The nominees are Chris O'Donoghue, Adam Hayes, Oliver Alley and Cillian Holly. Never has there been 4 more worthy nominees for this award than there is here on stage tonight. These boys have been hugely unlucky in competitions during their time here in the comp, losing 4 Kerry finals by the narrowest of margins. Chris O'Donoghue's reputation as a badminton player speaks for itself. There's Chris here on the left. Chris has been one of the most talented young players ever to represent the comp. He's technical, gifted, skillful and powerful. He's been both a role model and an idol to many young players of sport both inside and outside of school. Unfortunately, Chris was unable to compete this year due to injury, much to the loss of the comp. Adam Hayes is another exceptionally talented player. He is quiet and unassuming in nature, but a fierce competitor on the court. Adam is a really strategic player and logically plans out every shot and move. He is dependable and committed and will never let you down. Well done, Adam. Mm-hmm. Oliver Alley. Oliver made a late transfer to the badminton team over 3 years ago and since then has been an integral part of the team. Oliver has quiet leadership qualities and leads by example on the court. He has excellent footwork skills, gliding from one corner of the court to the other. Cillian Holly, well, what can we say about Cillian? Only that he is a great character and will chance his arm at anything. He proudly talks about the one time he and Chris nearly beat St. Michael's, only to be reminded by Chris that it was in fact Chris that nearly beat St. Michael's. All joking aside, Cillian has been a joy to have in the team. He has great calming influence on the team and would always crack a joke, much needed joke, when tensions were high. Thank you all for all you've given to the sport during your time here in the comp. We will certainly be lost next year without you. Testament to the talent on stage tonight, we're giving a joint award. The winners are Chris O'Donoghue and Adam Hayes. Mm-hmm. Take that.
Oliver, in here. Thank you.
And now we'll call on Caoimhe Walsh to say a few words.
Hello, is that what it is? Okay, sorry. Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well, and my name is Caoimhe, just for you who don't know me, and I done my Leaving Cert back here in 2018, so I was actually delighted and I couldn't believe it when I was rang to come back. I was like, this must be a joke. But first of all, I want to say congratulations to everyone that is here tonight and nominated for an award. It's a massive achievement and you should all be so proud of yourselves, and I hope you enjoy yourselves. When I done my Leaving Cert here 4 years ago, I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do after. To be honest, I'm still not 100% sure. I'm getting there. But I got into UCC by the absolute skin of my teeth, and that's not even exaggerated. The course dropped 60 points and I got in by 9. The morning of my CAO offers, I ran downstairs to my mom and I was like, I accepted it. She goes, what? I was like, I don't know, I just said UCC, I think it's a mistake. She was like, what are you after doing? But it all worked out. When I got to UCC, I kind of became involved with the Students' Union, mainly because my best friend in college at the time, her cousin was the president, so he would have been quite involved with him and like the events, and I kind of stayed on the welfare and entertainment crews that they set up for the next 2 years. And then elections came around last year, and a student union officer asked me if I'd run for welfare officer, and I laughed in his face and told him, you must be joking me. And then he came back a week later and he was like, no, please. And I was like, oh, look, I'll do it for the laugh. And then obviously I got elected, which I didn't think was going to happen. But recently I've also been elected as the Vice President of the Southern Region on the National Students' Union. So if any of you are in college in Munster or Carlow next year, let me know, because I'll be around there too if you need anything. I suppose from being a welfare officer this year, there's a lot that I have learned and can take as advice that I can give to other people that I definitely wish I would have taken on when it was said to me when I was in school. First of all, look, I know the Leaving Cert is important, but it's not the be all and end all of everything. I wasn't the biggest fan of school, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't try. I wish I tried a bit more. I know I definitely wasn't the best academically, but I mean, my favourite class was without a doubt French with Miss Anne O'Sullivan, of course. But it was definitely one of my worst subjects as well, but I loved it. You're all so close to the finish now, you just need to push yourselves for another few weeks, and then you're done. Honestly, the work you put in will pay off in the end, even if you think it won't now. I think something that is really important here as well is don't let your extracurricular activities take the back seat. It's good to have something else that you can focus on, enjoy, that helps clear your head throughout school in general, as well as exams. It's important to you to keep a healthy balance. This would entail looking after both your physical and mental health, because they really do go hand in hand. If you're ever feeling overwhelmed, take a break, go for a walk. You will only end up getting yourself more frustrated. It's crucial to mind your mental health at these times, and don't be afraid to speak out and ask someone for help if you need it. I did it at the time, but I was so happy that when I was kind of struggling with school, I asked for help. It really does, it makes the world of a difference. Never doubt yourselves, you're a lot more capable than you think. I know now some of you might think that school was never for you and that you don't like it, but God, I look back now and the 6 years I spent in school were actually fantastic. I love all my brothers and sisters, and of course my extra sister, Eva McLaughlin, who's here, telling me loads of stories from school. Myself and Laura sit down and we're like, come on, tell us what's going on. We actually really miss it. I look back on my time and I have such fond memories, and they stick with you forever. I actually met a friend from school yesterday evening, I hadn't seen in about 2 or 3 years. And we spent the whole evening talking about school, the whole evening, like not even exaggerating. But I've no doubt in my mind that every single person who is sat here is going to succeed in their own way. Please don't doubt yourself. You're more than capable of anything when you put your mind to it. I know you are. Not only are you here as Leaving Cert students, you are here as students who had to as well sit out some of their course of your Leaving Cert during the pandemic, which is not easy. So you should all hold your heads up high and take every day as it comes. You're at the final hurdle and you're nearly done. You don't have much longer, so please enjoy the end of your time in school. I just want to say good luck to everyone in your exams. Enjoy the last few weeks in the comp. And thanks so much to Miss Laney for inviting me back and for asking me to come speak here tonight. I really appreciate it. So congratulations to everyone tonight and best of luck in the future. Thank you.
So we have now come to our first musical interlude of the evening, and performing for us now will be Cara O'Donoghue, Hamish O'Carroll and Leona Sheehy, so they can be getting themselves ready. So you can give them a bula boss, yeah, to welcome them on. So first up this evening is Cara O'Donoghue. So Cara will be singing and playing the keyboard. Come on, Cara. Give her another clap, lads. Cara has been teaching herself both guitar and keyboard in order to accompany herself when singing. And in recent months, we have heard her in the Christmas talent show, and she also sang for Darkness into Light, held here in Tarbert on May the 7th, which was a huge success. Tonight, she will perform for us Set Fire to the Rain by Adele. So sit back and enjoy. No pressure, Cara.
Do you want to sing, Miss Fitz?
I'll wait until later on, maybe. What about yourself?
I'm good.
Okay.
Injured.
Not your voice, just your foot, sir, just your foot.
My confidence is in.
Hands are strong, but my knees are far too weak to stand in your arms without falling to your feet. But there's a side to you that I never knew all the things you'd say they were never true, all the games you play and you would always win, I said fire to the rain, watch it pour as I touch your face. Will it burn as I cried and I heard it screaming out your name, your name. When I lay with you, I can stay that close my eyes. Do you hear? Forever, you and me together, nothing is better. But there's a side to you that I never knew all the things you'd say they were never true, all the games you play and you would always win, And I set fire to the rain, watch it pour as I touch your face. Will it burn as I cried and I heard it screaming out your name, your name. Sometimes I wake up by the door, your new heart is waiting for you. Even now when we're already over, I can't help myself but looking for you. And I set fire to the rain, watch it pour as I touch your face. Will it burn as I cried and I heard it screaming out your name, your name. And I set fire to the rain and I threw ice into the flames. Well, I felt something die and I knew that this was the last time, the last time.
Okay. Well done, Cara. Absolutely powerful. Thank you. So our next performers of the evening are Hamish O'Carroll and Leona Sheehy. So Hamish and Leona have been playing together for more than a decade now. Every year they compete in the Flacchiole, and throughout the years they have received numerous county, Munster, and All-Ireland titles. They play a range of instruments, and tonight they're going to perform a harp duet. They will play a combination of contemporary and traditional music. The first piece they're going to play for us tonight is called Solace by Jamie Duffy, followed by a traditional jig. We'll give them a round of applause to welcome them as well, Megan. Away, Liv. Gurmila Magwevleds, Kjolden Kedska, Mashiv. Next up is the Leaving Certificate Academic Achievement 2021. Now, these students are not present this evening due to college exam commitments. What a year 2021 was for our Leaving Certificate students with exceptional results received here in Tarbert. Statistical analysis showed that, yet again, Tarbert Comprehensive were well above the national average in the points race. Overall, 11.6% of our students achieved over 600 points, compared to 5.7% nationally. 42% of our students got over 500 points, compared to 27% nationally, while 72% of all Tarbert Comprehensive Leaving Cert students got over 400 points. I'm sure you'll all agree that these statistics are phenomenal and they do deserve another Bula Boss, I'm afraid. Our highest achieving students were Camilla Bunce, Kieran McNamara, Kira O'Donoghue, all of whom achieved a H1 in all of their subjects and received the maximum of 625 points. We had 4 students who received college scholarships. Anna Shine was awarded a GMIT Sports Scholarship for the 2021-2022 academic year. Kira O'Donoghue was awarded the Trinity College Dublin Entrance Exhibition Award as the incoming student with the highest points for their public exams. Jack McMonigal was awarded a UL 40 scholarship determined by CAO points, and Camilla Bunce was awarded a UCC entrance scholarship again on the basis of her Leaving Certificate results. Well done to all of them. We wish them all, and indeed the entire class of 2021, well in their future studies and careers. No doubt we will be congratulating many of you here with us tonight for your achievements this time next year, please God. So we'll finish with that. So another clap maybe for those that can't be with us tonight.
Now we'll move to our Poetry Aloud nominees. First of all, I'd like to call on Dr. John Mulville to present the next few awards. The nominees for Poetry Aloud are Megan Kelly, Dylan Ulley, David Sheehan, Hugh O'Donnell and Oliver Ellie. So if he can make her way to the stage. Poetry Aloud is an all-Ireland poetry recitation competition for post-primary school students. Organised by Poetry Ireland and the National Library of Ireland, the competition has over 2,000 entries annually, and in recent years it has had to be held online. The students nominated are to be applauded for their effort and concentration given to a marathon poetry recording session this winter. The adjudicators wish to convey their appreciation for the exceptionally high standard of entries this year. Well done to each of these students for their efforts, and we'll give them a round of applause at that time. Now, the student who will be presented with the Poetry Aloud Award this year arrived at his first Poetry Aloud meeting eager and full of anticipation. However, when he was handed the prescribed poem to be learned for that year, he stared back at Miss Lane confused and perplexed. "But are we not going to be learning about hens and ducks and chickens?" he asked. "No," Miss Lane replied, "you are learning 2 poems to recite in public." This was followed by a very disappointed "oh," and an even more disappointed, "I thought this was a meeting for poetry aloud." So he must have pursued his passion for poetry elsewhere, because he received a special commendation from the adjudicators for his soulful rendition of Back in the Playground Blues that year. Since then, he has shown himself to be a composed, confident and articulate public speaker, and this will undoubtedly serve him well going forward. To acknowledge his dedication to the competition since first year in Tarbert Comprehensive School, tonight we present the 2022 Poetry Aloud Award to Dylan Ulley. Well done, Dylan. Well done.
So an céad gradam eile nocht ná an gradam Aliana, our Art Award, and the nominees are Xin Yan, Xiao Ying, and Hamish O'Carroll. It's that time of year again where Mr. Langan has the pleasure of rewarding the hard work of some of his most dedicated students with a nomination for Art Student of the Year. The three candidates on stage here have all contributed so much to the art department during their time in the comp. We would also now like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Langan and the entire Leaving Cert class of 2022 for their work on Seomra Suivness, which is our new sensory room here in the school. First up is Xin Yan. Give them a wave, Xin Yan. Right. She is a dedicated student. Her work ethic from the offset in first year has continued without ever fading, and her talent has grown in abundance with each year. She's a perfectionist, which can be seen in the fine details of her work at present. She is currently completing an imaginary composition for her Leaving Cert that shows off these skills. Xiao Ying, little wave, yeah. She's a shy person who approaches her work with a modesty that betrays her talent. She's an exceptional student, always on board with current projects and delivers in a timely fashion. She's a pleasure to teach, being organised and efficient, following instruction to the letter every time. Her astute approach to work makes it look effortless. She's a perfectionist also in every aspect of her work, which can be seen in her imaginary composition for her practical Leaving Cert. Hamish, who you've met already tonight, is a hard-working student who is always striving to improve, and these aspects of his personality are reflected in his work. During his time with us here in the camp, he has created some beautifully crafted pieces of work, both sculptures and paintings, always striving to improve his skills. Hamish sets out to develop and perfect his own style. His love of traditional music can be seen throughout his work. A dedicated, hard-working student who is always a pleasure to teach. The Art Student of the Year for 2022 goes to Xiao Ying.
Go on, side.
Perfect, thanks very much.
Now the Mentoring Award. The nominees are Danielle Finucane, Katie O'Cogle-Moran, Tyga O'Connor, Sean Enright, Ben Sheehan, and Rian Quinn.
Ooh.
Come on, Ty. 82 LC2 students volunteered to become mentors to the first-year students this year. The role of mentor is to help the first-year students feel more comfortable in their new school community, promote their sense of belonging, and encourage them to participate in school life. The mentors demonstrated excellent communication and organisational skills as they fulfilled their mentoring duties. Today we thank all the mentors for their commitment and dedication to their role, their cooperation with staff and students, and their care for all members of Tarbert Comprehensive School community. The mentors who are nominated here today are commended for their dedication to the role and for encouraging others to participate in school activities. The two girls, Katie and Danielle, were always at hand to help with the walking club. During the first week after returning to school, they organised the return of the walking club with Miss Carroll and were encouraging new students who they met to come along. Tyg, Ben, Sean and Rian demonstrated excellent organisational skills when they ran a very successful soccer league for the first-year students. They promoted their event, arranged the teams, refereed the matches, and were polite, punctual and professional at all times. The Mentor of the Year is a student who not only demonstrated excellent communication and organisational skills, but his encouragement and enthusiasm motivated his fellow mentors and first-year students. The Mentor of the Year is Tyga O'Connor.
Reading Leadership Award, and the nominees are Amy White, David Sheehan, Danielle Finucane, and Xin Yang. In Tarbert Comprehensive, we work hard to celebrate and encourage a reading culture with book clubs, our World Book Day celebrations, our first-year reading challenge, our well-stocked library, and our various quizzes and competitions throughout the year. Over the past 5 years, we have also been engaged in working towards awards for commitment to reading in the form of the PDSD Well-Read Awards. In 2018 and 2019, we were the first school in Munster to achieve the initial Well-Read Award with our original committee of reading leaders. And in March of this year, we attended an online award ceremony to be, again, one of the first schools in Ireland to achieve the Well-Read Readers for Life Award, rewarding schools that promote and encourage reading as part of their school culture. The students nominated for the Reading Leadership Award are students who have demonstrated dedication to and love of the written word and have been on a well-read journey with us since first year. They nurture their own love of reading and they encourage that of others by being members of the Senior Book Club, which was an active online activity during lockdown and which has had to adapt and change over the course of COVID by promoting reading on our social media accounts and through our school and community, and even this year creating an audio version of the book chosen for our One Book, One School initiative. There is no individual winner in this category, as all the students nominated have all embodied the spirit of Tarbert as a well-read school. As well as their certs that they have here tonight, we would also like to present each of them with a writing journal to record their adventures as they leave the school. Perhaps they will even start writing their first book, and we'll look forward to that. So thanks very much, everybody. So it is now time for the Principal's Award. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Mr. Prendeville on stage now, please.
Thank you, Donegal. Good evening, everyone. It's great to see people in the real world again and back to awards night in person. The last 2 years, virtual as they were and as brilliant as they were, they're no substitute for the real thing. So I want to welcome all of you that are here and all of you online as well, watching on YouTube. I promised my daughter I'd say hello to her. She's watching from the sitting room, so hello, Trina. Late night tonight, but anyway, school tomorrow is normal. But anyway, I said I'd give her a shout out, so there it is. Our special guests, again, thank you for taking the time out to be here this evening. It's great having you. And I'm especially proud of my ex-students, former students that are here, because we take great pride in Tarbert Comprehensive of our former students, and having them back is something that we very much cherish and appreciate their time coming back to us. And you, the parents and the guardians, this is a huge milestone this week and next week in your son and daughter's lives. And it's a big transition they're about to make. And we're delighted that you're here to witness that milestone. And needless to say, the class of 2022. And a fine big bunch they are there. There's 120 odd plus of them, so there's a fine amount of them. We're delighted to have them here as well. There was a time when we did awards night when all our leaving certs couldn't come because of the space we had in the assembly hall and the rest. But it's great that we can have every one of them here tonight to enjoy this time with their classmates and the rest. And it's from this year group that I have chosen the Principal's Award. I'm very conscious on nights like tonight that not everyone receives an award, and by the nature of the event, not everyone can get a trophy. But when I was looking at the class list of the year group, I was conscious that this student had to get one for a variety of reasons. And This student isn't particularly sporting, not that sport makes up every one of the awards you see on stage tonight, but sport is a big aspect of what we do in the school, extracurricular-wise. This student wasn't sporting, but what I noted was that they played to their strengths. They took part. They participated at every single opportunity. And I think they encapsulated the school spirit hugely by doing that. And very much described by their teachers as being their own person, being sure of what they were about, and also wanting to give back to the school and to do something for the school, do something for others, which was very obvious and is very obvious throughout the night because they've already been on stage numerous times. They're respectful, they're kind, they're good-humoured, they're always smiling. They're polite, they're courteous, a well-mannered gentleman, a team player, a good friend, has always stayed focused, has always done his best. As I mentioned, wasn't sporting, but to give you an example of what he participated in, he was in the school choir, chess club, a mentor, student council, book club, magazine, history club, poetry aloud, well-read committee. Now that is some achievement to get stuck into all of that. I can think of no one more deserving this year for the Principals Award 2022 than David Sheehan.
So it's now time for our next musical treats of the evening. So Anya Sheehy, Ella Tobin and Adam Finucane can be getting ready, please. So we'll give them another bula boss, I suppose, to welcome them. So first up is Anya. So Anya's going to be singing and playing guitar for us this evening. Anya has been playing guitar since she was 7 years old. She competed in Score na Báistí competitions and came first in one of the county finals. Currently, Anya sings for weddings and for other ceremonies, a little plug there, Anya, and other occasions also. So tonight, Anya's going to perform for us Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts.
I set out on a narrow way many years ago, hoping I would find true love along the broken roads. But I got lost a time or two, wiped my brow and kept pushing through. I couldn't see how every sign pointed straight to you. And every long lost stream, it led me to where you are. And others who broke my heart, oh, they were like northern stars, oh, warning me on my way, oh, into your love. true. I'd like to have the time I've lost and give it back to you. Oh, but you just smile and take my hand. You've been there, you understand. It's all part of a grander plan that is coming true. And every long lost dream, it led me to where you are. And others who broke my heart, oh, they were like northern stars, oh, pointing me on my way, oh, into your loving arms. Oh, this much I know is true, that God bless the broken road that led me straight to you. And every long lost dream, it led me to where you are. And others who broke my heart, oh, they were like northern stars, oh, pointing me on my way, oh, into your loving arms. Oh, this much I know is true, that God bless the broken road that led me straight to you.
Absolutely beautiful. So next up is Ella Tobin. So Ella's going to be playing piano for us this evening. Ella has had piano lessons when she was younger, but she has been focusing on teaching herself over the past couple of years. She can often be heard at lunchtime in D1 entertaining her friends. Tonight, Ella's going to play for us a piece called Experience by Ludovico Einaudi. So we'll give her a little round of applause now to welcome her. Daniela. What a beautiful piece of music. And Self-Thought. Next up is Adam Finucane. So we have only recently learned, would you believe, that Adam has musical talents, as he's been keeping quiet about it now for a long time. He's been playing guitar for 7 years and finds that getting lost in a song provides a welcome relief from the stresses of everyday life, especially the stresses of this year, the Leaving Cert year. Tonight, Adam is going to sing one of his own favourite songs for us, American Pie. So we'll give Adam a clap there now to give him a bit of encouragement. Adam, hold up. Wait for your sound check. Not to, oh yeah, he's just checking, tuning it up. 2 seconds. Mr. O'Keefe, are you good for that song now?
Well, wait till it's tuned, did you?
So is everybody having a lovely night so far? Yes, very good. What about the Leaving Certs? Are you enjoying it? Absolutely. It's all about you tonight. All about you. Okay, off we go.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance, I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I deliver. Bad news on the doorstep, I couldn't take one more step. And I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died. So bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so. Now do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? And I know that you're in love with him, and I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes, and I dig those rhythm and blues. I'm a lonely teenage punk and buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck. And I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. And I was singing bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die. Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and Moscow's flat on a rolling stone, but that's not how it used to be. Well, the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, and a voice that was made from you and me. And while the king was looking down, the jester stole his quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark of day. Music died, and I was singing bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. The good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this will be the day that I die. Well, this will be the day that I die. So bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. The good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this will be the day that I die. This will be the day that the day that I die.
Great performance there, Adam. Well done. I would now like to invite Dr. John Mulvihill on stage, please, to say a few words.
After all that entertainment, I'm here to bore you senseless with a speech, but I'll keep it short, I promise. So, ladies and gentlemen, students, staff, teachers, parents and guardians, it's a pleasure and a privilege to be here tonight to speak to you at Tarbert Comp's Award Night of 2022. So I'm here to speak to you about my story, right? To allay the fears that you, the students, may have with the coming Leaving Cert and what comes afterwards. You know, a new dawn, right? A new day and a dawn. So when I was asked to give this speech, I wanted to have a topic or a theme, something that I can speak intelligently about. So I wrote a list. Right? And it was a very, very short list. Actually, there's only one thing on it. And you might think this is a bad word, right? It's actually the F word, and it's failure. I'm really good at failing. But what I want to demonstrate to you tonight with my speech or my story is that failing is a really important part in life. It's a really important step towards success, and we shouldn't fear failure. In fact, you shouldn't define yourself as failure. It's something that happens to you. It's not something that you are. So before I get into that, I want to mull that over. Why am I talking about failure? I want to say how wonderful it is to be here tonight. And after seeing all these performances, all the awardees and nominees, how proud I am to be an alumni of Tarbert Comp. I was lucky to be here 3 years ago when my colleagues and I from UL opened up the science lab and spoke to the transition years at the time. But the thing that struck me the most wasn't the facilities, but it was the students, the respect that you had towards your teachers. Now, I'm not saying that I did not respect my teachers when I was in school, but we didn't as much as you did. And why I say that is because no matter what path you take in life, whether you go to college, whether you learn a new skill or a trade, which is an important part in our current economy, that respect is an incredibly important thing. Respect to yourself, to your parents, to your teachers. But with that, with dedication and with hard work, you can succeed no matter what happens. So seeing, as I said, all these wonderful awardees, wonderful performances, it's just testament what dedication, what hard work, and what respect can give. So I want to say to the class of 2022, before I get into my story, I want to give you a big bula boss, a big congratulations and well done. So, onto my story. So, you have to go back a few years, right? 17 years, in fact, which some of you probably were just born. 2005, I was exactly where you were. To give you some context, the Celtic Tiger was absolutely roaring. Right, there was no YouTube. How we communicated was actually via text, if you had credit at the time, or God forbid, the landline. I don't know if you've heard of that thing, but it's a totally different world now. You have social media, and you're connected at all times. But the one thing that didn't change is the Leaving Cert. Right, you had to pick your course, you had to pick your college, you had to fill out that CEO. And I was lucky enough to know exactly what I wanted, what course and in what college. But little did I know I'd actually set myself up for failure, because I had defined what success was. A very, very small window. And inevitably, what happened at the end of the summer is I didn't get my course, right? I was 5 points short. And I'll never forget the day I was walking down the steps and I got my piece of paper. And by the time I got down to the steps, I had calculated, it took me a while, I calculated that I was going to be short. And in that moment, I did one of the worst things you can do. I had defined myself as a failure. I had failed. And I kept that message in my head throughout the rest of the next year of college. So I picked my second or third course, I can't remember. And I just decided that, yeah, that's me, I am a failure. And inevitably what happened is I didn't dedicate myself, I didn't work as hard as I should do, and I failed, or nearly failed, most of my modules, right? And here I am telling you as a lecturer that I failed some modules. So by the end of the year, right, I decided, like any college student does, I'll go on a J1. And off I went to New York City. And I didn't tell my parents at the time, but I did have a place to stay, but I had no job. So there I was, pasty West Limerick Irishman, right, with my bag in hand, literally no idea what to do. I come out of the subway. It's 5th Ave on 59th Street, which is just the bottom right-hand corner of Central Park. So I had this idea. I'd knock on every hotel, every apartment up Central Park, which is a crazy idea to do. I don't recommend it. And it took me 36 blocks until someone would actually give me a bloody job. So what I had decided when I was there is that college wasn't for me. I was a failure. This is what I had defined myself as. But when I went there and I met other people and I listened to their stories, I realized what a wonderful opportunity I had back in Ireland. These people came to America for an opportunity and I was leaving my own. So after 3 months, I had changed my mind, right? And this is my message to you, is that I stopped defining myself as a failure and allowed myself to realize how good I can be if I'm given the right opportunity. So I got on that plane back home. I said to myself one thing: I'm going to come back to this country, to America, on my own terms. So with that motivation, with that dedication that I had, I worked hard. And in the 3 years afterwards, I did not fail. I got an A in every single module, except one, and still irks me to this day. But I'm not here to boast about that. The idea is nothing changed other than me defining who I was, right? I was no longer a failure. So I got my degree, I got my PhD, and I got a scholarship to return back to the US, to Georgia Tech in 2014. And with that opportunity, I had wonderful projects, one of which was working with a NASA-funded project where we're looking at the effect of space on the vision of astronauts. The answer is it's really bad. Don't go to space if you want to keep your vision, would be my advice. So with that, I was able to return back to Ireland, but I don't know if you realize there isn't a space agency in Ireland, so everything I learned was a bit of a waste of time, but that's okay, I prevailed. So back to Ireland I went, and I'm working on wonderful projects, collaboration with IRFU and Munster Rugby, and this is not about me boasting about what I'm doing. It's here to show you that one simple change in your mindset can change everything. So the last thing you want to hear is a quote from a poet, but there's one quote that really kind of sticks with me, and that's from W.B. Yeats. He says, "Education is not the filling of the pail, but the lighting of a fire." So when I was in America, I found my spark and I lit my fire. So I say to you, the graduating class of 2022, no matter what you do in life, as long as you respect what you've been given, work hard, and be dedicated, you can do it. So after this, I say to you, go find your spark and light your fire. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, John, for those encouraging words. Thank you.
Now we'll move to the Senior Girls Football Award, and I'll invite, first of all, Louise Lemore-Hurtig up on stage to present the next two awards. The nominees for this award are Jane Ambrose, Leanne Flaherty, Lauren Healy, Ciara Large, and Orna Wall. So if you can make your way up, please. We have 5 very worthy nominees on stage tonight. Truth be told, we could have had another 5, such as the talent of this particular group. All 5 girls have been involved in girls football since first year. They were all involved in the junior team who won a Munster title, and more recently the senior team who won the County Shield final this year. They've been fantastic ambassadors for the sport. Jane Ambrose, who's on the left here, a very athletic and agile player. Playing mainly in the half-forward line, Jane showed her versatility this year, which she had to switch to cornerback. Having never played this position before, she gave a powerful performance. She showed she was dependable, someone you could always count on. Leanne is one of our most solid cornerbacks, second from the right there. Leanne, you can give him a wave as well.
Give him a wave, Leanne. Don't be shy.
Now, Leanne might seem like a nice, gentle young lady. However, on the field, we see a very different side to her. She is fierce, powerful and strong. She never shies away from a tackle. In fact, she is more likely to leave her marker on the ground than do that. Lorna Healy, on the far right, give a wave, Lorna, is one of the most talented young ladies to ever come through the camp. There are not enough words to describe just how gifted she is. When she was only in first year, she was in the junior team. And when she was in second year, she was drafted into the senior team. Lorna is the first name always on the team sheet, and it was a very easy decision in selecting her as this year's captain. Ciara Large is an exceptionally gifted goalkeeper. Not only does Ciara have a pinpoint accuracy kick out, but she is also a courageous shot stopper. Ciara is a girl that does not say much, but when she gives an order from her goals, she commands respect and everyone listens. She's played a pivotal role in the team's success throughout the year. And finally, Orna. Orna Wall is very versatile and talented footballer. She's the type of player you can play in any position, and you know she will always get the better of her opponent every time. She's great leadership skills and is a great role model and inspiration to younger players in the panel. It was no surprise that she was drafted into the Kerry minor panel, which is a huge honour. Thank you sincerely for all the time and effort you've all given to the girls' football in the school. It has been a privilege to watch you grow and play. And this year's Senior Girls Football Player of the Year is Orna Wall. Now, we will take this opportunity as well to welcome all Leaving Cert girls involved in the team on stage tonight to present them with their shield and acknowledge their achievement. Is that everyone?
Are we missing someone?
Are they shy?
Okay. Hello? They're shy, I'd say, yeah.
I think Lauren will be the captain, I think. Okay.
Well, so on Chéad Grada Mille Nocht ná Pel Sínsir na Mochalí, Senior Boys Football, and the nominees are Danny Stack, Kieran Mackesy, Adam Finucane, Micheál Cassan, Hugh O'Donnell and Rian Quinn. Bula Bastas na lads. Each year, our Gaelic football teams enter in the Kerry College's competition with the hope and expectation of reaching a coveted county final and progress on to the All-Ireland Series. Medals are hard to come by, but if this group got their hands on any medal, it would be for being the slowest group for getting changed after games, win, lose or draw. Anyway, the nominees for Senior Footballer of the Year have received their nomination for their hard work, dedication over the last 5 years, and they have been recognised as influential in that time. First up is Danny Stack. A big wave, Danny, to everybody, please. Danny, you're still not waving. Yeah, there he is. Danny is from the picturesque village of Tarbert, and it is safe to say that this is the greatest achievement Tarbert will ever have. I didn't write the scripts. A gifted footballer with skills that would make any defence shudder at the prospect of marking him. Danny has brought style and class to the sports field while representing our school. His standout contribution throughout his time in the comp was the Kerry Under-16s competition, scoring the winning 45-yard free versus Causeway in the dying moments of the game. Kieran Mackesy, give a little wave there, Kieran, so they know who you have. The Fanug native has been an instrumental member of the team since his debut in first year. Kieran is noted for his shot-stopping ability and keeping the twin Sheehans in line on the field of play. No easy task, I'd say. He has been the Roy Keane of each team he has played with for the school. Similar to Roy Keane, Kieran has a bit of fire in the belly, which is always needed in the heat of battle. Kieran has represented the school in every code and was the Kerry Minor goalkeeper in the championship this past year. Adam Finucane, who you met already tonight, is our senior football if our senior football team, was a sponge cake, yet again Adam didn't write it, Adam would be the strawberry jam holding it all together. A driving force in our school sides for the last number of years, Adam has been a rock of strength in the heart of our defence with pace and stamina to match most players. Mihal Kassan, where's Mihal? There he is. Mihal has great ability on and off the field of play. He has been an exceptional player for Tarbert Comp, made of stern North Kerry blood. Mihal's job mainly was to stop the opposition at every opportunity. Needless to say, Mihal left his mark on every player he came up against. Mihal is an exceptional communicator and often had to do the heavy lifting for the other players. I'd say that's a joke between yourselves, lads, is it? We'll mention no names there. Last is Hugh O'Donnell. Give him a wave, Hugh. There he is. This up-and-coming prodigy from Ballyhahal has excelled in numerous sports during his time here. With big shoes to fill, following his older brother and past Student of the Year, Paul, Hugh has certainly come into his own, particularly on the GA field. Having made a step up to senior football with Gerald Griffins, he has settled well into the half-back line. He has also made his presence known on the inter-county scene, and he is a member of the Limerick Under-21 football squad this year. Hugh has been an all-rounder for Tarbert Comprehensive, and his presence will be greatly missed next year. Rian Quinn. Where's Rian? There he is. A skillful and game-winning corner forward. Rian has shown his quality over the last number of years. Known affectionately to his friends as Quinners, Rian has led from the front and brims with confidence in front of the goal. And apparently, rumour has it, also on his nights out. This year's Gaelic Footballer of the Year is Kieran Mackesy.
Hugh and Danny, you can actually stay. Tell Hugh to stay as well.
Hugh.
We'll move on to the senior soccer category, and Danny and Hugh can actually stay on stage. And we'll ask AJ, Dara O'Shea, and Dara Foley to join us. It's AJ Behan, Dara O'Shea, and Dara Foley. So the man just stepping on stage now, AJ. AJ made a long-awaited return to action this year after a very severe knee injury. When he was laid up recovering, he had to rely on Mum to wait on him hand and foot. But apparently, this is no change from how things usually were anyway. Mommy's boy is a direct quote I got from his classmates. It really is great, however, to see him back playing again, and I'm sure he'll get back to the heights he had reached before injury. Highly talented and obsessed with the sport, AJ can achieve great things in the game. So Hugh, second from the left. Hugh is another who achieved a lot in sport inside and outside of the school. He has fulfilled a lifelong ambition at county level, the ambition of amassing as much Limerick gear as possible. His friends cruelly point out that the tracksuit never comes off during the game or after, unfortunately. A very serious sportsman, the most dedicated and always the last to leave the dressing room after a game. He genuinely was outstanding throughout this year's run in Munster. Not only fantastic on the ball, but with the hard work to match it. A real leader. Next, Dara O'Shea. Dara on the far right. To watch Dara play soccer is sometimes breathtaking. In PE, he runs around the opposition for fun, often refusing to shoot just so he can keep passing players out. It must be said though, if you don't get a tackle in on Dara, don't worry, just wait a few seconds and he'll come back round to you again. The supposed calf raise is done religiously to gain a few extra inches in height, a hardly necessary though. It gets better. As Xavi, Iniesta and Messi have been proving for years, Dara, a low centre of gravity is hard to beat. Dara also made himself known at higher levels outside of the school and is a name to watch out for in the future. And Danny Stack. Another of the leaders in the team. When asking the boys for any stories about Danny, one response was that he was too safe and that there are no stories. The next response was that there's new stories every day and that he's the gift that keeps on giving. And I think that sums Danny up. It's hard to describe him. For example, he's the fittest unfit player I have ever seen. I asked Miss Kwan to describe him and she said that her favourite student is hard-working, well-mannered, courteous, and a dream to teach. She then added that Danny should try to be like this student. Danny also feels no pressure, however. Not once, but twice this year, he scored a long-range free kick at a vital stage of the game. He controlled midfield throughout those games and also drove the team forward. And finally, Dara Foley, in the middle. What you want from players is the discipline to take training seriously and treat each session like a match. Dara certainly does this. His teammates, however, have given him the nickname of Training Merchant, claiming that he's a world beater in training but then goes missing on match day. I must say, I didn't see this. Dara was a real thorn in the side of each team we played. Even in the periods in the games where we were going through a poor patch, Dara was always an attacking threat, giving us an out ball and the opposition something to think about. Whenever he had the ball, it was just like when he was given the deadline for his LCPE projects. He felt he had more time than he really had. And the winner of the Soccer Award is Danny Stack. I take this, sir.
Well done, lads. Our next award of the evening is Senior Boys Rugby, and the nominees are Jimmy Scanlon, Dennis Finucane, Killian Hawley, Edward O'Connor, Sean Thompson, and Niall O'Connor. If you can make your way to the stage, boys. Do you want to hold hands for this one? Are you all right? First up is Jimmy Scanlon. Give him the salute there, Jimmy. Yeah. Jimmy is a really nice lad who goes about his time here bothering no one, and in general, minding his own business. There are probably a few teachers down in the audience this evening who are trying to figure out how that small buck of a first year got nominated for senior rugby. Never saw him before. Now, he has cultivated this persona, you see, by his uncanny ability to remain anonymous in class. While all around Jimmy Scanlon are busy working and answering questions, his default mode is giving the impression that he is deep in thought when asked a question, all the while biding his time till the teacher gives up and moves on to another student. Now, to the untrained eye, it looks like he's a very boring person. But believe me, there's nothing boring about our Scan, especially when he's out on a night with his older brother. I'd say there's enough said there now, Jimmy. Next up is Dennis Finucane. Give them the royal wave there, Dennis. Yeah, there he is. Now, Trench says that it's always good to have a big farmer on the team. At 6 feet 4 inches, he's definitely the biggest farmer along the coast road, I'd say. He's well used to farm work and brings agricultural qualities into his performance, namely pushing, shoving, dragging, tearing, kicking things. This sounds like a line from Hit the Diff, I'd say. He has been known to bring some of these same qualities to the dance floor in The Mermaids, where he's been lauded for his classic dance moves. Dennis, do you want to show us those dance moves there? Moves which he has been known to clear the floor with in a matter of minutes. Unfortunately, the bouncers there don't appreciate his artistic interpretation of Bob Dylan's song, The Hurricane. This means that Dennis has had to spend a fair amount of time across the road in jumbos with the lads who weren't left in like Jack Sheehan. Sorry, Jack. Next up is Cillian Holly. Right, Cillian? Give him a wave there again. Cillian's been here before. Who hails from Listowel and has fitted in very well with the local Hardy Bucks. Though they do like to tease him at times when it comes to soccer matches between the Bally boys and the Newtowners. Sounds like Kilmascully. Neither side would like to be associated with a townie, and he's always last to be picked. Fortunately, though, this treatment has never affected Cillian and his supreme self-confidence. The fact is, the lads on the rugby team should be more appreciative of Cillian and someone who knows all there is to know about the game and is only too willing to enlighten others when they have come up short, including Mr. Trench himself, I can tell you. Cillian did have a hard time, though, during lockdown, because the hairdressers in Listowel were all closed. He landed back to school, which can only be described as a mop on top of his head. Sorry, Cillian didn't write it. Had he cut his hair before our Munster semi-final, he might have been able to see a couple of the opportunities outside him when he had the ball. Now next we have Edward. Edward, smiling Edward there, yep. Strong, tough and brave are just some of the qualities Edward brings to the rugby team. He has an amazing appetite for hard work when he is playing, and he is an example for all young fellas who want to get on in sport. Hopefully, after he leaves Tarbert, he will pursue a career in the game and follow in the footsteps of Ben Betts, who attended school here and who has represented Ireland. He is well capable of it, and if he takes on board all the instructions that Cillian Holly gives him, there'll be no fear of him. Unfortunately, there is only one thing that may hold Edward back from achieving his dreams, and that's his lovable personality. Despite hiring John Langan's JCB, Trench couldn't dig up any dirt at all on Edward. All he kept hearing from the girls, and I quote, was, "Oh, he's a dote, he's so nice." And the best one of all was Miss Maloney's. "Ah, sure, Edward's like a cuddly teddy bear." Can I hear the "ah" from everyone? "Ah, Edward." I think it was Miss Maloney definitely that said that. Next up, Sean Thompson. Give a wave there, Sean. Are you all right, Sean? Are you ready? Well, if Holly knows everything about rugby, then meet Sean Thompson, who knows everything about everything. Truth is, Sean is a real man of the world and a highly talented individual on and off the pitch. He has a very creative vibe running through his veins and is Tarbert's Got Talent champ for the last 2 years. Highlight, of course, was when he reversed roles with our own Miss Brick, who's on camera there tonight, in maths class with a TikTok that had hundreds of likes within minutes of being posted. Now, Trench decided not to mention romantic relationships here tonight in case we would cause undue embarrassment. This is a blessing in disguise, because if we talked about Sean Thompson's love life, we'd be here all night. Sean took a day off recently and headed to Cork to the Ed Sheeran concert, despite not knowing who Ed Sheeran was and had never heard any of his songs. Sean figured the concert would be packed with not hundreds, but thousands of girls. So, of course, he was going to go. Do the maths now, Miss Brick, for me. It's a no-brainer. Sean didn't come home for 3 days. And last up is our own Ballyman, Niall O'Connor. Give him a wave there, Niall. Are you ready, Niall? The big man himself. Now, Niall has made quite the impression since the first day he stepped off that Bally bus and in the door here at Tarbert. If you mention Niall in any classroom or in the staff room, everyone has a story to tell. Please, can we spare a moment for me, his yearhead? who has almost daily contact with Niall. Mr. Trench, I would say that's probably hourly, Niall, would it be? Yeah. Persuaded to take up rugby this year, he tore into this new endeavour with his customary enthusiasm and boundless energy. His first training session was a thing of beauty, and those lucky enough to witness the event described it like this. Are you ready, Niall? I apologise in advance. He picked up the ball on the halfway line and steamrolled over Padraig Carrick and Oran O'Neill, swatting them aside like flies before heading inside the 22. With the sight of the line getting closer, he made one mad burst to get over. Unfortunately, 5 yards short, he collapsed, exhausted. Okay, Niall, are we ready again? It took 2 defibrillators, 4 pads, and 16 shocks to get him going again. Nothing short of a miracle. Sorry, Niall. From then on, Niall improved with every session, and his performances during the games were nothing short of outstanding. And I'll definitely second that, because I was up at those games and Niall was outstanding. While he does joke, it's only a joke really, that he can't wait for the Leaving Cert to be over. We think that he will definitely miss this place and will carry fond memories with him. And we'll definitely miss you as well, Niall. Okay? The winner of this year's Rugby Award is Mr. Teddy Bear himself, Edward O'Connor. Step in, so now. Well done, lads. Hula boss for the lads. Now I think we need a moment to gather ourselves, so sit back and relax for our last musical performances of the evening. So could Katie Keane and Ruby Falvey make their way to the stage, please? So first up is Katie. So we'll welcome Katie. So Katie's going to be playing guitar for us this evening and singing. Katie has been singing since she was about 6 years old and started playing the guitar when she was 11. She was part of Lixna Ceoltas and won the County Fla and Sult na Nog, like our own Mr. Prindeville, for singing, and has enjoyed playing for rambling houses and local concerts. Tonight, Katie will sing for us Father and Son by Cat Stevens.
Change, just relax, take it easy, you're still young, that's your fault, there's so much you have to know, find a girl, settle down, if you want, you can marry, look at me, I am old, but I'm happy, I was once like you are now. Hey harder to ignore it. They were right, and I'd agree, but it's in they know not me now. There's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go.
Well done, Katie. That was just beautiful. Next up is Ruby Falvey. So Ruby will be playing the melodeon for us tonight. Ruby is no stranger to the awards night stage. She started playing the tin whistle aged 6, followed by the button accordion, flute and harp, taking up the melodeon 3 years ago. She has competed successfully in many flaciols and was honoured to be invited to play for Uachtarán na hÉireann Micheál D. O'Higgins when he visited Listowel sa bhliain 2019. She was recently a finalist in this year's prestigious Bán Óir Seán Ó Riada competition, and her aim is to study music and Gaeilge in Ulscoil Corcaigh. Tonight, Ruby will play for us the Gorilla Hornpipe, she's ready to go, and Bonnie Kate's Reel. Away lads, Ruby. Gramagus.
Outstanding stuff. Well done, Ruby. It was kind of difficult to watch you tapping your right foot, I have to say that. It's too painful. Now I'd like to call on Louise Navarre-Hurtig to speak to us. Say a few words.
Woo.
All right, this will be very short and sweet. I think it's much easier to play a game of football instead of standing in front of a crowd and speak. But look, I'd just like to say just thanks very much for the kind words earlier. I think that referenced the female gooch. I think it is coming from the hair, to be honest with you, but thanks a million anyway. Just gur míle maithagah bus cuireadh dom sa nacht tam an hostavet so agus cóhardachas leis na hain duine goibh staff, parents, guardians, especially the class of 2022, congratulations. And it's just been phenomenal being here, like listening to that music and the voices by you, it's unbelievable, and fair play to you. It's I was taken aback by every single one of you, so fair play. I suppose they always say it's even bahan scalora, and how true it is. When we were in school, we did not believe in that shanukkel at all, and we thought, geez, I can't wait to get out of school. But Cueva said it earlier, when we leave school and when we meet friends where we spent 6 years in school with, we always come back to the life we had in school and the crack we had, and guaranteed you will come across each other in years to come and you will be talking about your days in Tarbert. So yeah, I'm telling you now, you will be saying it's even bahan sclora. Just with life in general comes obstacles and that bit of stress, but it's how you deal with it and cope with it is what's important. And yeah, you're entering a stressful time, but look, it's not the be all and end all. And what I want to tell you is make sure that you do take a break from your studies, go out for a bit of fresh air, go for a walk, meet a friend, go for a kick around, sing a song, do some skipping, anything at all, just to get a break, and take that time away from the books, because I'm telling you, it will stand to you, and it will help you focus more on the books when you go back to them. Just that as well, just there's something out there for every one of you. I know everything is about points and CAO offers, and I'll just tell you my story. I suppose I went for a PE in Irish, and 1 week we got the results. I thought I had the course. The following week the points went up, so I lost out by 5 points. But I just didn't give up. I just said, look, I'll go to college. I'll experience life in college. I went in early childhood studies, and I had, I suppose, an extra year in college as well, which was something else. And look, I just reapplied the following year, and the points came down, and then I got it by 5. So look, if it doesn't work out the first time, don't give up. Keep going, and that's like everything in life. Keep going, keep plugging away, and everything will work out eventually for you. As well, just on that, look, there's, as I said, there's something out there for every one of you, and what's for you certainly won't pass you. So that perseverance, keep at it, okay? Follow your dreams, dream big always, okay? Don't ever give up, right? Believe in yourselves when you're out there in the big world, okay? Help each other out, come back to your friends. If you need help, ask them for help. Come to anyone at all and they will give you help and advice, okay? So on that, with all your talents, and I'm so blown away with your talents, stick with them, okay? Don't give up just because you step outside of school now into that big world. Stick with your talents, stick with your hobbies, and they will help you out in the real world as well, okay? So on that note, I'd just like to wish you the very best of luck in your leaving cert. Do your very best, have no regrets, okay? We don't want any regrets in life, so give it your all. Ganari live, turar di fenig, agus ganari and bohar live.
Gurmila Magus, Louise. Now I think I'm inviting Miss Maloney on stage. Is that correct, Miss Delaney? Okay, sorry, we have to hold off for a moment, Miss Maloney. Okay, so I am going to now invite all our musicians from this evening back on stage, please, before we announce the winner. Okay, have you? Can I also invite Cueva, please, to come forward to present these certificates? Thank you, Cueva. Thank you. The results are in from the Tarbert jury. The 2022 Tarbert Comprehensive School Musician of the Year is Anya Sheehy. Well done, Anya. Congratulations. I would now like to invite Ms. Leela Maloney on stage, please, for the LCA Student of the Year Award.
I'm just so sorry with the talent that we had here tonight that we didn't charge each of you €20 coming in. They were well worth it. You were brilliant, lads. Well done. Now, to the Leaving Cert Applied Student of the Year. The LCA Student of the Year goes to a student who has been voted by their fellow classmates and teachers as one to have shown real commitment to the LCA programme. This year's LCA Student of the Year is female. She has always shown dedication to her work, to the work to which she had to complete, and has always given 110%. She is recognised by her fellow students as sound. She does not think twice about giving assistance to her classmates. Much of the work in LCA is teamwork, and she has shown the qualities of a good team member and a great team leader. She's not the loud leader shouting instructions, but instead the leader who leads by example, who leads quietly, always giving her all, willing to share the workload and encouraging of those around her, and always doing so without the drama. She has matured into a fine young woman. The LCA Student of the Year for 2022 is Demi Kelly. Congratulations, Demi. We're coming to the close of the evening, and before we come to the major awards, there are a number of people we must thank. We would like to thank our three guests, Louise, John, and Caoimhe. Thank you for your time and for your encouraging words. I would also like to thank our Ukrainian musicians who opened the show tonight for us. They were absolutely beautiful. Thank you for being here. Ksenia, Yevlevia, Olenia, and their little sister. Well done, folks. Thank you to our many kind sponsors who give us much of the needed funds to finance our night. The names of our sponsors can be found on the brochure. However, the following were late for publication, and I would like to thank them also. Total Cleaning, Brosnan's Store in Tarbert, BBM, Carney's Bakery, and Fitzpatrick's. Thanks to the Parents Association for the sponsorship of the Student of the Year watches. They're coming. Now, on behalf of myself and Mr. Prindiville, I would like to thank our teachers for all the time they give to our students outside of the classroom. The academic is a very important part of our work here, but we also believe in the development of the whole person, and the extracurricular is hugely important in this development. The last 2 years have been very challenging, but your willingness to once again give of your time to the students is greatly appreciated. These activities can only take place due to your dedication, and the vast amount of extracurricular that takes place in the school is a credit to you. A school without extracurricular is a school without soul, and we have plenty of soul here, and thank you to our teachers for that. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you to Miss Brick and Mr. Dorr on camera duty, to D&D Sound for the great quality of sound for the night, to Mr. Langan and Mr. O'Sullivan for the decoration of the hall, and to Mr. Langan and his artists for the great artwork. I think you'll all agree the hall looks absolutely amazing tonight. Thank you to the Awards Night Committee, too numerous to mention. Thank you for all your work. To the office staff, the caretakers and the SNAs, thank you for your involvement in the night. To our great presenters, please come out here, the two of you, and take a bow. You've been fantastic. I just had to make them walk. You were absolutely amazing. Thank you, Mr. O'Keefe, and thank you, Miss Fitzgerald. To Miss Delaney, our awards night producer, thank you. A night like tonight doesn't just happen. It takes a huge amount of planning and organisation and great skill. Miss Delaney began this journey back in January, and through hours of hard work and dedication, she put this show together for us. Thank you, Miss Delaney. Superb as always. And with that now, I think I'll hand over to Mr. Prindle, is it? Back to Miss Fitzgerald. Okay.
Back to me. We are now down to the final 4 awards of the evening. So could I invite Louise back on stage, please, to present this year's Female Sportsperson of the Year award. As with previous years, the selection of this year's Female Sportsperson of the Year was no easy task. There are a number of LC2 girls who have excelled in various sporting areas and in fact have stood out from the moment they entered the comp back in first year. We have seen a number of these individuals nominated in not just one, but a number of categories here tonight. Orna Wall has been making her presence felt on the football field in particular, and is a member of the Kerry Minor Ladies Gaelic Football Panel. Ellie Canan has excelled in sailing, as we've already heard this evening. Lorna Healy, like Ella Tobin, has stood out on both the basketball court, soccer and Gaelic football fields, and both even turned their hands to tennis in the past, where Lorna defeated Ella in the final of a local tournament. Unfortunately, Ella has been unlucky with injury this year, but no doubt she will be back in action again before long. We have a number of girls who have excelled on the basketball court, including Nicola Hearn, Emily Culhan and Grania Musgrave, and won various competitions with their club, Athe. Leanne Flaherty is someone whose energy level is superb, and she can always be relied on to give 100% on both the basketball court and the football field. Megan and Ciara Large have excelled on the soccer field and have various titles to their name. So, as you can all imagine, selecting an overall winner from this group of talented young girls was no easy task. However, after much discussion and deliberating, the winner of this year's award is an individual who possesses an unbelievable engine and can always be relied on to give 100% in whatever sport she's partaking in. She's a hugely talented individual who has been mentioned on several occasions here tonight. She captained the senior girls Gaelic football team this year and led by example when she scored 1-5 in the County Shield final to beat Preslestone. The Female Sportsperson of the Year for 2022 is Lorna Healy.
Lorna, sit down. Right. Okay, on to Male Sportsperson of the Year. Even though we may say something similar from year to year, it has never been more true to say that there's a really strong group of sporting individuals this year. A group who played a range of sports and made selection on each of the teams very competitive. This cohort has obviously missed out on 2 years of competitions, and throughout the year they were very aware that during various competitions that for such a strong group they had failed to bring home any major trophies throughout their time here in the camp. It formed part of their speeches before games, which is another noticeable trait of this group, the leadership. Warm-ups, tactics, speeches, they were leaders for all of them. There really could be multiple winners of the Male Sportsperson of the Year. Andrew Reardon narrowly missed out on nominations for both GA and soccer awards, who was the winner of the senior boys basketball. Ian Holly was nominated in 3 different categories tonight. Danny Stack, Sean Thompson, Dara O'Shea, Dara Foley were all on stage twice. Mihal Hassan and Kieran McAsey received a nomination for senior boys GA, but obviously were close to receiving other nominations. All of these sportsmen could easily expect or hope to be the name called out, together with others who were not nominated for an award, but in any other year could easily have been going home with a trophy. On to our winner. He excelled not just here in school, but also at county level outside the camp. He's been a member of the Limerick Minor Gaelic football team and is now, at just 18 years young, a member of the Limerick Under-21 Gaelic football panel. The word leader has been used on numerous occasions tonight and frequently with this man in mind. Tarbert Comprehensive School Male Sportsperson of the Year is Hugh O'Donnell. Time again. There's a giant trophy. I think it's shared, is it, over there? Let's go. Same thing. I will now ask Richard Prindiville on stage to announce the female and male students of the year.
Thank you, Kevin. We're nearly there, everyone. Thank yous have been made, and I again just want to reiterate too, I want to thank you, the parents, for sending and trusting us with your children, for sending them to us. I've been meeting them in the last few days, and I'll continue to meet them in the next couple of days. I try and meet them all individually before they go, and I'm blown away by them. I've always been impressed by them anyway, but they are really grounded young men and women, and they'll graduate next week from us, and watching tonight, I'm just hugely proud. It's been a fabulous night. I haven't watched the time go by at all. It's been hugely entertaining. But thank you, parents, for trusting us with your most precious thing, the young people and the sons and daughters you have, and for giving them to us. Thank you very much. And I again want to reiterate what Ms. Maloney said about our staff. They are hugely professional and hardworking, and I'm the team principal of a fantastic group of people with whom I have the pleasure and privilege of working with every day. So thank you, staff, as well. So we'll move on to the Students of the Year. And I think most of you know at this point that the students themselves get to vote on this, the Leaving Cert students, and the staff also vote on a male and female student. The votes are combined, and at that point we have a young woman and a young man whom we hope represent the class of 2022, and they have chosen very well, I can tell you. And they are students, great students, first and foremost. Students who, regardless of their ability, and it's not about 625, that doesn't matter a damn actually. It's about people who do their best and they live to their potential, whatever that potential may be. And these two individuals certainly encapsulate that. Before I go any further, can I call on the chairperson of the Parent Association, Niamh Wall, to join us? Niamh, you might make your way up. A proud parent of a recipient tonight as well. Mentioning the Parents Association, I suppose with COVID over the past 2 years, it's been largely inactive like many parent associations around the country, so we're hoping for a big revival in September of 2022, and we'll be looking for your support on that as always. So on we go, and I'll start with the Female Student of the Year for 2022. Simply a wonderful girl, kind, happy, bright, bubbly. She's been on stage numerous times tonight. Always found helping others was something that was described to me. Genuine. Always sincere. She's the kind of girl that will say to a person leading a classroom, "Thank you," or "Have a good weekend, sir." And it's not to get favor from someone, it's simply because she means it. She's that type of genuine person. Talented, as I said, on stage numerous times tonight, involved hugely in the school over the years, football, soccer, basketball. Diligent with her studies. Studious, willing to learn, and always willing to try. I note from her student profile form that Leaving Certs are handing me lately for future references. I may write, she has an interest in the sciences, particularly biology, zoology, marine biology, environmental sciences. So look out, watch this space. John, UL, watch out, she may be coming your way, who knows. Ladies and gentlemen, the Female Student of the Year for 2022 is Ella Tobin. Crater is shaking like a leaf up there, but that's all good. So we'll move on to the Buachaillí. no surprise, I suppose, that many of the qualities will now transfer here to the male student of the year also. Very intelligent, kind, sporty, a student of Trojan work ethic, a diligent student, an excellent example to others, a great mentor, hugely capable, a student with great leadership skills, and a person that leads by example. Another word used to describe him hugely is humble. He will not be expecting this award tonight. Another example of how he was described by Miss Fitzgerald, his year head, an old head on young shoulders, mature, always happy, ever smiling, and this man may be making his way to you, John, an interest in engineering sciences again. Who knows? We look out for him in the future too. Lots of friends, solid, loyal. Ladies and gentlemen, the male student of the year for 2022 is Adam Finucane. This is the Mara Dalton Trophy, everyone. They'll share it for the... One final bit of torture for them. We invite them to say a few words. Oh, yes. Ella, who's going first? Adam, you're taking.
I would say ladies first, sir.
Okay, you go, you decide. Where we go?
Cheers, lads. It's been a good 5-6 years, but tough though at the same time, which is by part what makes it as beneficial as it was. You know, like if it was all good, sure, then we'd be laid back and they'd be doing nothing. All right, lads. But no, it's the difficult challenges and everything that have defined us as a year group, and we have been very, very tight knit. Especially, you know, when the lads coming in from third year, and then the rest of us coming in from TY, we really gelled. It was like there was no gap. It's like we were always that one year group. And I say tonight is no better night really to represent that, the way we've been, the bond we've had for the last, you know, it's only been 2 years, but it feels like forever. And yeah, you've definitely given me the best memories I've had in my life. So honestly, thanks and fair play to you.
Thanks very much to everyone. Oh God. Yeah. Thanks.
To everyone at home, thank you very much. Watching on YouTube and all that. To everyone here, thank you. Safe home, everyone, and thank you. Oh, there's one last little matter. Oh.
I think we have a little surprise. So could I have today's singers and musicians on stage for a moment, please? Led by Sean Inrush. So you know who you are. Come on up, please.
Better get out of the way.
So just bear with us for a couple of moments.
Can we get upstairs?
Stay with me.
We get upstairs.
Okay, are you? Oh, yeah.
Kind of.
Words. Pass them over quickly.
We're finished.
Shh. Take the words. The words. Don't let us down. Caledonia. I'm on a mic, Denny. Danny forgets that I have a mic on. Right, that's okay. See here beside you.
No, if you can see the changes that have come over me in these past few days, I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling old stories, singing songs that make me think about where I've come from, and that's the reason why I seem so far away today. So let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Well, I have moved and I've kept on moving, proved the points that I needed proving, lost the friends that I needed losing, found others on the way. I have kissed the girls and left them crying, stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. I have travelled hard, sometimes with conscience flying, somewhere with the wind. So let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I'm sitting here before the fire, the empty room, the forest choir, the flames that couldn't get any higher. Well, they've withered now, they're gone. I'm steady thinking my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow. When the hands have shaken, the kisses flow, I will disappear. So let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
Well, do the second one. Do the second one. Go on. Do it. Do the second one. Go on for the crack. Adam, do the second one. Do the second one. Shh, we'll be fine. All right. We had a second one. Will we do the second one? Yeah. Come on, Sean. Do the second one. Adam. Shh. Listen. No, don't. Sweet Caroline. Okay.
Miss, can you turn on Ella's piano? She wants to know. Piano. Slow down. Right, I'll do it with you, kid. Yeah. I will. Lads, you should all know this one, so I'd like to invite you to join in with the chorus, just to get us all going. Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. What was the spring? And spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? We're reaching out, touching me, touching you. Oh, sweet Caroline, the times never seem so good, so good, so good, so good. I've been inclined, to believe they never would, but now I look at the night, and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I heard it runs off my shoulders, how can I hurt when holding you? Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Oh, sweet Caroline, whoa, the times never seem so good, so good, so good, so good. I've been inclined, to believe they never would. Sweet Caroline, it has never seemed so good, so good, so good, so good. I've been inclined, to believe they never would. Caroline.
You've done it. Elaine. No.
No. My God, I'm blown away. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll hit the road, but I pull a bus for the Leaving Cert year ahead, Miss Fitzgerald. Good night, everyone. Thank you very much.
Well done, guys.